So I've had my 2020 Mustang for about a year and a half now. HPP EcoBoost with the 10-speed. And I can tell you, over my year and a half of owning this vehicle, I've learned a thing or two about the 10-speed automatic. So in this video, I'm gonna go ahead and show you 5 things you may have not known about your 10-speed Mustang. Okay, so the first thing you probably didn't know is that your Mustang already comes with a trans brake. Yes, your 10-speed Mustang has a built-in trans brake, although you can't use it with the way the car comes from Ford. A simple tuner like a Cobb access port or something similar can unlock the feature and allow you to basically use a built-in factory trans brake to help launch the car, especially really nice to have on a boosted car like the EcoBoost. So the second thing you probably didn't know about your 10-speed Mustang is you can launch it in second gear. So to launch your 10-speed Mustang in second gear, simply all you have to do is take the gear selector, put it into sport mode, take your paddle shifter and select second gear, as you can see right there on the screen. And then you can just take off from there. And the car will launch in second gear. For me in this car, that actually has been really helpful because with the way this car builds power, first gear would really struggle for traction. So giving it a longer gear ratio to launch in, which would be second gear, helps tremendously with acceleration times and additional grip. Hardly any traction issues when I launch in second gear. So that's something else you may have not known about your 10-speed Mustang. So also when you're driving your car using the paddle shifters, you can manually shift the car even when it's in drive. I'm sure that you probably did know. Car is in drive mode. By simply toggling the paddle shifters, I'm able to upshift and downshift the car just like that. What you've probably noticed is when you do this, the car kind of lingers in manual mode for quite some time, probably about 10 seconds or so, before it goes back to fully automatic mode and shifts on its own. So the cool thing is you can actually force the transmission to go back in the fully automatic mode simply by holding the plus paddle shifter. And see how it goes from 9, hold the paddle shifter, 10, and it goes back in the fully automatic mode as quickly as a few seconds. And of course this also works if you are in sport mode. So if you put your car in sport mode and if you touch the paddle shifters, then that enables fully manual shifting. So unless you put the car back in drive, it's gonna stay manually shifting unless you go ahead and hold the plus paddle shifter, and then once again it will put it back into fully automatic mode. But this way you don't have to change your drive modes on the shifter, you get to stay in sport mode. Now when I first got this car, the only way I thought I could do that is by going from sport back to drive and resetting the way the car automatically shifts. But that is another way of doing it and something you probably didn't know about your 10-speed Mustang. So remember those old arcade racing games would play, like Cruising the World and whatnot, and every time you would double tap the accelerator pedal, the car would do a wheelie and you get some boost? Well, a 10-speed Mustang does something like that. Well, it doesn't really give you boost and it doesn't make you go faster. It does, however, put the transmission in the optimal gear for the speed you're going at. As we can see here, I'm just in normal mode. The car's in drive mode, nothing crazy. If I just tap the throttle once, all the way down, it does nothing, as you can see. If I tap it twice, however, it also does nothing. But if I put the car in sport mode, and I do that again, see how the car downshifts. Once again, double tap. And then it puts it in the right RPM for the speed. All right, one more time, double tap. There it is. So even though I personally don't find that useful at all, and I will never use it for anything I do, the car has it built in, and it's probably something you didn't know about your 10-speed Mustang. So the 5th and final thing you probably didn't know about your 10-speed Mustang. It does not matter how much smack your friends in the manual GTs talk, they will never outshift your 10-speed Mustang, and they will never be as fast. It ain't gonna happen, bro.